What if I told you that you could own an entire house in Italy for the price of a cup of coffee? It sounds too good to be true, but in dozens of Italian towns, this is reality. Houses for €1. Not a scam, not clickbait. This is happening right now, and I'm going to show you why. This is Sarah Chen, a 34-year-old graphic designer from London. Burned out from city life, drowning in rent payments, she stumbled across an article that would change everything. Today, we follow her journey from skeptical browser to actual homeowner in the Italian countryside. Sarah discovered Sambuca di Sicilia, a town losing its population to urban migration. The mayor's desperate solution? Give houses away. But there's a catch, and it's bigger than you think.
That €1 house comes with a €5,000 deposit and a legal contract requiring €15,000 to €50,000 in renovations within 3 years. Fail, and you lose everything. This isn't a gift, it's a gamble.
To understand why Italian villages are giving away houses, we need to understand the crisis. In 1951, Sambuca had 7,000 residents. Today, barely 3,500. Schools are closing, businesses shutting down. The average age is 65. Without new blood, these medieval towns face extinction. For Sarah, the decision crystallized one rainy Tuesday morning. Another rent increase notice, another deadline, another panic attack. She'd spent 5 years saving for a deposit that would never be enough for London property prices. But €35,000, that was possible.
Applying for a €1 house isn't simple. Sarah needed proof of funds, a detailed renovation plan, certified translations, Italian tax code, and most challenging, a video explaining why she deserved this opportunity over hundreds of other applicants.
Sarah wasn't alone. Meet 3 other applicants. Marco, an Italian-American desperate to reconnect with his heritage. Yuki and Hiro, Japanese retirees seeking European adventure. And the wild cards, a young influencer couple planning to document everything.
Mayor Giuseppe Cacioppo doesn't see profit in this scheme. He sees survival. "We don't want speculators," he tells me through a translator. "We want people who'll stay, who'll have children in our schools, who'll bring our streets back to life."
3 months later, the email arrived. Subject: Congratulazioni. Sarah had been selected. She had 60 days to arrive in Sambuca, sign contracts, and begin renovations. Reality hit like a freight train. Leaving wasn't easy. Sarah quit her job, sold most of her possessions, and said goodbye to the only life she'd known. Her family thought she was crazy. Her friends threw her a funeral party. But doubt is a luxury you can't afford when you've burned your bridges. The drive from Palermo Airport winds through mountains where time moves differently. Then suddenly, Sambuca. Medieval stone buildings stacked like a house of cards. Narrow streets designed for donkeys, not cars. And somewhere in this labyrinth, a house with her name on it. Number 47, Via Belvedere. The key felt heavy in Sarah's hand. The door creaked open, and there it was, her €1 house. Crumbling plaster, exposed beams, no electricity, no water. Pigeons living in what used to be a bedroom. This wasn't a house, it was a ruin. Signora Maria appeared within minutes. 83 years old, born in the house next door. She'd watched this street empty over decades. "Pensavo che nessuno sarebbe mai venuto," she whispered. "I thought no one would ever come." She pressed a basket of homemade bread into Sarah's hands and started crying. That evening, Sarah met her fellow adventurers. Marco had a house 3 streets over, also a disaster. Yuki and Hiro got a slightly better property with intact walls. The influencer couple, Jake and Mia, had live-streamed their arrival to 200,000 followers. This is going to be epic content.
Jake grinned. Sarah wasn't sure if she wanted epic. She just wanted functional.
Week 1, romance died quickly. No hot water, no heating. November in Sicily is cold. Sarah learned Italian words she'd never needed. Fontaniere, plumber. Elettricista, electrician. Aiuto, help. The €15,000 minimum renovation budget suddenly seemed laughably insufficient.
Italian bureaucracy is legendary. Every renovation required permits. Every permit required stamps. Every stamp required different offices in different towns with different opening hours. Sarah spent 3 weeks just getting permission to fix her roof. Domani, they kept saying. Tomorrow. Tomorrow never came.
December brought storms. Sarah's damaged roof gave way completely. Water poured through, destroying her temporary living space. She had no insurance yet, no backup plan. Standing in the rain, watching her few possessions float away, she broke down. $8,000 gone in one night. The dream was drowning.
At 6 a.m., Sarah woke to hammering. Senora Maria's son Paolo had arrived with a crew. Familia, he said simply. By sunset, temporary repairs were complete. The townspeople brought food, blankets, encouragement. Marco lent his construction skills. Even Jake and Mia put down their cameras to help. Sarah learned the most important Italian word, insieme, together. January brought breakthroughs. Electricity finally connected. Water flowed from taps, rusty at first, then clear. Sarah's architect approved her renovation plans. She'd learned to mix cement, lay tiles, negotiate with suppliers. Her hands were calloused, her Italian improving. The house was taking shape, and so was she. Not everyone adjusted. Jake and Mia hit a wall, literally. Their live-streamed renovations revealed dangerous structural issues, requiring €60,000 in repairs. Comments turned critical. Sponsorships evaporated. "This isn't the content we signed up for," Mia confessed. By February, they'd abandoned their $1 house and returned to California. The town took their deposit. Spring transformed everything. Wildflowers erupted across hillsides. Cafes reopened outdoor seating. Sarah's house had walls now, a new roof, windows that actually closed. She'd spent €32,000 so far, more than planned, less than feared. Most importantly, she'd stopped counting. Marco finished first. His Italian connections helped navigate bureaucracy. He opened a small cafe in his ground floor, serving American-style coffee with Sicilian pastries. Yuki and Hiro transformed their house into a guest house, welcoming Japanese tourists curious about the €1 house phenomenon. The mayor's bet was paying off. Month 10. Day before the inspection, Sarah stood in her completed house. Exposed stone walls, polished. Original wooden beams, restored. Modern kitchen, traditional charm. She'd spent €38,000 total, hundreds of hours, and part of her sanity, but it was hers. Really, truly hers. The municipal inspector walked through slowly, making notes. Sarah's heart pounded. 3 hours later, the verdict? Approved. Approved. Her €5,000 deposit would be returned. The house was legally hers. No mortgage, no landlord, no rent forever. She owned a piece of Italy. Today, Sarah runs her graphic design business remotely from Sambuca. Her living costs dropped 70%. She's learned to make pasta from Signora Maria. Her Italian is fluent. She's dating Paolo. The house that cost €1 gave her a life that's priceless. Sambuca's gamble worked. 200 houses sold, 400 new residents. The school added a classroom, 3 new businesses opened. Property values increased 30%. But the mayor insists it's not about money. We saved our town.
We saved our history. These weren't houses we sold, they were futures we bought.
Italy now has over 50 towns offering €1 houses. Spain, Portugal, France are following suit. Thousands of villages across Europe face the same crisis. This isn't just about cheap property. It's about preserving cultures, communities, and ways of life that are disappearing.
Could you do this? Ask yourself, can you handle uncertainty? Are you willing to work with your hands? Can you navigate foreign bureaucracy? Do you have 25,000 to 50,000 euros saved? Can you commit 3 years? If you answered yes, this could change your life, but it will definitely challenge it.
Sarah's last message to those considering this journey: the €1 house isn't cheap. It costs sweat, tears, and faith. But what you buy isn't just property. It's possibility. It's community. It's proof that sometimes the best things in life don't cost money. They cost courage. The question isn't whether you can afford a €1 house. It's whether you can afford to ignore the opportunity.